injury bug has hit these guys.
Decimated.
The Grinch clearly not in any kind of giving mood.
And that will do it.
Bills come into Ford Field and beat them.
How the Grinch stole Christmas right here, baby.
Last time these two teams faced, it was Thanksgiving. Wound up being Matt Eberflus's last game as Bears head coach. Take it away for the 2.0, Stacey Dales.
Yeah, Rich, while the Bears have lost 8 in a row, Kevin Byard from their defense told me they're battling internal frustration, but they would love nothing more than to be that Grinch we just saw on film and redirect these Lions' quest for the #1 seed, give them their first loss, play spoiler in the NFC North. Unfortunately, as we also saw, the Lions have been ravaged by injuries, especially their defense. They have a league-high 16 players, key players, on injured reserve. And in their last 2 games, they have given up 30-plus points defensively. So trust me, they are not overlooking the Chicago Bears. Defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn, and you reminded us that Thanksgiving loss, Caleb Williams, the rookie quarterback, mustered a 20-point comeback in the second half to nearly beat the Lions in Detroit on Thanksgiving. Glenn saying of Caleb Williams, he is an emerging player. He's got no quit. He's resilient. Got to use disguise, though. Takeaways are the important thing. That is the focus. They have just won over the last 4 games. The Lions defense, Rich.
Yeah, Stacey, and that 20-point comeback featured 248 yards of second-half offense, a ton of conversions on third down and big plays. But as we all know, the Bears and Matt Eberflus both ran out of time on that Thanksgiving Day. Gerald McCoy, interesting question. Topic bar flying in. Which Lions defense are we going to see today, that first or the second half? What do you think?
You know, I think that what we will see today is similar to what we've seen on Thanksgiving. You know, the Lions only gave up 20 points. I know if we look at last week, they gave up 48 points. But they are facing the Bears, who have averaged only 15 points over the last 3 weeks. And I know since Aiden Hutchinson's went out, they've been lighting people up by blitzing, sending pressure. And Caleb Williams hasn't really figured out how to operate under pressure. And as you just heard, they have some internal turmoil going on. So I think we'll see similar to what we've seen on Thanksgiving. And the Detroit Lions will light Caleb up today, and they'll have a decent day.
Well, a man in the middle has definitely, ever since the Sunday loss, been talking about how the injuries and everybody talking about those injuries. And he views this as an opportunity, next man up. And maybe the Lions will have that chip on the shoulder. Let's show everybody that, hey, we can win with who we got. Sure. We can also win in the cold with who we got. We'll see. We will see. It's a big game in Chicago. Across the way on Thursday night, how many times have you ever seen a game swing on a free kick? Well, it looks like we did, and we'll talk about that free kick with the head of NFL refs, Walt Anderson, coming up.
The harder you push, the better we get. Introducing Copperfit Ice, the world's first compression sleeve with a cooling sensation of menthol. The more you move, the more you'll feel the support. Our most advanced compression sleeve yet, a more durable heavyweight weave with seamless 4-way stretch for continuous compression and faster recovery of sore muscles and joints. Copperfit Ice. Get the full line of Copperfit Ice compression at these fine stores.
Achy joints? Reach for the spray. Muscle soreness? Reach for the spray. With Tidal, Next Generation Pain Relief. Tidal Cryotherapy Spray and Tidal Heat Therapy Spray penetrate deep for rapid relief. Available online or at your favorite retailer.
When we first met Todd, he was singing a song, and I was like, wow, look at this kid with the biggest smile.
Todd's a joy.
Yes.
Todd's really is a great joy.
And you.
Learn about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org.
Goldbelly ships the greatest food gifts to the biggest food lovers in your life.
No way!
I'm shipping Ida Garten's coconut cake and deep dish pizza from Chicago. Gift with Goldbelly. Order today and get free shipping nationwide.
The only thing better than the holidays are holidays packed with NFL games. The action continues with 12 games on Sunday. With Bucks Cowboys in prime time and Monday Night Football in Lambeau as the Packers face the Saints. Then on Christmas Day, it's a holiday remix of Saturday's doubleheader on Netflix with a hometown halftime show. That's how the NFL does the holidays.
If you're like I was, you're tired of worn-out plastic mats under your office chair. They dent and crack, and they're uncomfortable to roll on. I found a premium alternative, a glass chair mat by Vitraza. I liked it so much, I bought the company. I'm George Pardo, president of Vitraza. Our glass chair mats are made of super strong glass and protected with a nanotech coating, so you'll always get a smooth, easy glide. And they're beautiful. Tired of replacing plastic? I promise this is the last chair mat you'll need. And we give you a lifetime warranty. Comfort, style, durability. A Vitraza glass chair mat will completely transform your workspace, home office or office. We stock 18 popular sizes, and we ship free to anywhere in the lower 48. Get the look you deserve. I invite you to shop online at Vitraza.com. Use promo code TV and save 10% on any glass chair mat at Vitraza.com.
Bradley Pinion gets it away. And it is caught, fair catch, with 1 second to go from the 50-yard line.
Carolina has elected to attempt a fair catch kick, which will be, from the end of the kick, will be a free kick formation, which if it goes through the uprights will score 3 points.
Steve, explain what's happening here.
Okay, so your last play of the half of the game, if you fair catch this thing, you can go ahead and do a free kick. I saw this in high school when I was recruiting for Cal a long time ago, all right? There's no rush. You're going to line up and whack this thing. Now you got a return man back here, too, for sure.
It's up, and it is no good. Wide right.
I recognize so many of those voices, and so many are right now with us on the network, making the call with Walt Anderson and Mooch.
Yeah, that was so cool, that film right there.
Right?
5 years ago, Walt, we all remember it. You were the ref. We were in the booth, Rich and Kurt and I, calling the game in London. This girl was doing halftime. Gerald McCoy was playing in the darn game. And that's the last time we had a fair catch kick. Unbelievable coincidence.
Yeah, so then on Thursday night, it happened again. Chargers and Broncos, take us through the rule, the nuances of it, the mechanics of it, and what role the penalty played.
Well, as y'all stated, it doesn't come into play very often. But anytime a team gives a fair catch signal and completes a fair catch, they have an opportunity to execute what is known as a fair catch kick. So in this game, you got a fair catch signal. Now, he didn't end up making the catch, and why was that? He was interfered with. That brings in a whole nother element for that, because if he makes the catch, he can kick it from there, but with that 15-yard penalty, Colleen, they moved the ball up 15 more yards, then they all line up like an old kickoff or a current onside kickoff. If it goes through the uprights, it scores 3 points, just like a field goal.
And Jim Harbaugh was beaming. So excited about this opportunity.
Well, because, Walt, because he had this a few years ago in 2013. Jim Harbaugh, when he was coaching the Niners, they had the same situation. He said that it's his favorite rule in the world. His favorite rule is this it? 49ers, yeah. Who kicked this one? Phil Dawson? All right, fair catch it, right there, boom. And now he's got a chance with 4 seconds to just try to kick that darn thing from a bazillion yards. 71-yard attempt, and it's up, and it's no good. But we've had 9 of these since 1979. Yes. Look at that. He's going to return it.
Yes.
Do you have a...
And I'll tell you, Coach, I have to admit, when we had the game in London, I was actually rooting for Joey to make that kick, you know, because that would have been so historic from that standpoint. But he was wide right.
He was wide right, I know. How can you miss the guy? Nobody's trying to block it, nothing, right? Anyway, do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite rule? Harbaugh, that's his favorite rule. What's your favorite rule?
We know you have one.
Well, my favorite rule is the rule when I, as a referee, would end the game, and I would always pray that nobody be talking about us. They'd be talking about the players or something.
We would talk about you, believe me, all right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we're always talking about you now, right here on Making the Call with Walt Anderson. Walt, Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays to you and your family. We love having you on the show.
Merry
There
Christmas,
he goes.
Walt.
Walt Anderson, Making the Call. Mooch, maybe we get another fair catch kick today.
I hope so.
Who knows what happens? Coming up next, ho-hum, another Patrick Mahomes and Chiefs win. After their record-tying 11th one-possession win yesterday, we'll tell you why maybe they won't repeat this season. Interesting. Are you going to do that, Mooch?
A beard that doesn't itch.
Are you using King C Gillette on that thing?
King C Gillette?
Look, this Beard Trimmer Pro's got 40 length settings. And this beard oil, one of GQ's best beard conditioners for soft, no-itch face wear.
The best a man can get
is King C Gillette.
The season is underway with a touchback and then take it from the 3rd. 4th and goal. Let's see if this gamble pays off.
Come on!
Here's the snap. The kick is up, and it's good. Steps up, fires, intercepted.
There's always next season.
4 out of 5 customers can find a health plan for $10 or less per month. New law, lower prices. Healthcare.gov is here for you.
Being Courtyard's official ambassador has opened a new world for me. Now I get to hang out with NFL fans all season long. Butterfly.
Wait, what?
Yeah. See you on game day. Learn more at courtyard.com/NFL.
Welcome to the Credit Karmaverse. Here, we monitor your finances and alert you to changes big and small so you can enjoy less stress and more peace of mind. Simply scan your screen to experience Intuit Credit Karma for yourself.
We're Mizuho. Sound familiar? Financing the aluminum giant, building better homes? Mizuho was there. The merger of 2 logistics titans? Also us. Anywhere an industrials company needs a corporate and investment bank, we're there. Mizuho Americas.
Your shipping manager left to find themselves, leaving you lost. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Sponsored jobs on Indeed are 2.5 times faster to first hire. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
Highlights, and yeah, more highlights.
Unbelievable.
We've got you covered with every big play from Sunday's slate of games.
Touchdown!
NFL Gameday highlights, tonight at 7:30 on NFL Network.
It's a race to the playoffs. With NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you can watch every game, every Sunday for the rest of the regular season, all in one place.
Absolutely phenomenal.
So sign up for NFL Sunday Ticket, now only $49.
Spend your Christmas day with the teams that you spent your Saturday with. Just different opponents in a Netflix snow globe. First up, Chiefs, Steelers, then Ravens, Texans live on Netflix Christmas Day. Let's start with the latest slugfest between the Ravens and the Steelers. We pick it up, second quarter, and Russ is cooking. Tied at 7. Russ rolling to his right. He sees a wide open field in front of him. Russ, hold on to the ball.
Oh, Russ.
Kyle Van Noy hits him. Oh, actually, Kyle Van Noy recovers it. It was Darius Washington who hits him and forces that fumble. And then the Ravens take the ball from the 4, flip the field, and then Lamar shot Bateman.
He is on fire.
Toe drag swag indeed. Ties a career high with the 36th touchdown pass of the season. It's 17-10 Ravens. Russ trying to tie it, and he does. Cordero Patterson grabs it. Touchdown.
Look, he headbutted
the camera. We're tied. 17. Ravens answering. Lamar, Mark Andrews.
Your guy.
That's a career high 37th touchdown pass of the year, fourth quarter. It's a top of the fourth quarter, 4th down, and the Steelers go for it. They don't get it. Turn it over on downs, and here comes Derrick Henry, 44 yards.
He's the closer.
Next play, Lamar trying to go up 2 scores. Lamar, don't throw it there.
He did.
Minkah Fitzpatrick steps in and returns it. The Steelers have new life on Lamar's 4th interception of the season. 2 plays later, John Harbaugh, you can look again because Russ, don't throw it there. Marlon Humphrey with a pick six. And the Ravens go on to win it by 2 scores. And their drive for the AFC North title is still alive, I tell you, still alive. And the Ravens clinch a playoff spot the Steelers already had. Stay tuned on the North. Earlier in the day, Patrick Mahomes, what high ankle sprain? What do you mean it's a high ankle sprain? Sure doesn't look it here.
Said he wasn't going to run, but he did.
Career best 15-yard long touchdown run. Oh, my word. Chiefs score first. It's a 7-point deficit for the Texans. This moment is just tough to relive, to be honest with you. Tank Dell with a great grab, and it appears to be his final grab of the season as he grabs his leg. He needs to be carted off. I mean, C.J. Stroud was still emotional after the game. Many of the Texans watching Tank Dell leave in that vehicle. We'll get an update on him later on. Mahomes in the game. Xavier Worthy with the score. And he has 8 scrimmage touchdowns, most by a rookie for a defending Super Bowl champ. And the Chiefs aren't just any defending Super Bowl champ. As you know, they're the 2-time defending champs. And they have 14 wins, 14-1 in their three-peat attempt. And their magic number to clinch the 1 seed throughout the rest of the AFC playoffs is 1. Just 1 more win by the Chiefs, 1 loss by the Bills, and everybody's got to go through Arrowhead. It's yet another 1-score victory for the Chiefs. That's 11 of them this season, 16 in a row in such games dating back to last season. But listen, our producers are in a mood, so here comes the topic bar. What's the lump of coal in this whole situation?
Here, huh?
What's the lump of coal here that might prevent him from doing this thing? What do you think?
You know, you gotta really look under every rock because they just keep winning, don't they? And Patrick Mahomes is a beast. But if you look at the offensive line, they've been playing musical chairs all year. Now, they ended up using left tackle after left tackle, and that's your bodyguard, right? And so they moved Joe Tooney, who's an all-pro left guard, out there to left tackle, which is fine. He's doing a good job, but he's a guard. And then Mike Caliendo is playing for him at left guard, all right? Mike Caliendo, no relation to Frank. No relation. You know, he might be a funny guy. I don't know that, but he's from Western Michigan, an undrafted guy that's been around for a while. He got his last start last week, and so he's young. So right now they got an offensive line that's like, hold on, man, and protect that franchise quarterback or else.
Yeah, I believe they're putting way too much on Patrick Mahomes. As great as he is, and as many times as we've seen him do it, I believe that will be the fatal flaw, whether it's the guys up front or even the passing game, that when you watch it, there isn't great continuity. There isn't guys getting great separation on the back end. And so you see Patrick Mahomes holding the football longer than he ever has and has to dance around and try to make plays. If there comes another game, right, where they find themselves like that Buffalo game where they're down a couple scores and they've got to get themselves back into it by throwing the football, I believe that will ultimately be their downfall. They're just not good enough to me in the passing game to be able to make a comeback in some of these situations.
Yeah, and I'm going to talk about the defense, and I know everybody's like the defense. The defense is like the high point of the team. It is. But there is a specific spot on the defense that a lot of people are not paying attention to, and it's the third down defense. The Kansas City Chiefs are ranked 20th right now. And when we get in the playoffs, if you want to win a Super Bowl, you got to be nitpicky. The teams they will play are all that we assume they will play are all top 10 offenses. Ravens, Eagles, Lions, Bills. It does not matter how long your offense can extend drives if you can't get them the ball. The Chiefs' sack numbers are down and not getting to the quarterback as often as they have. So on third down, they've really been struggling being at number 20. So I see that if there is a flaw, that being a flaw why they want 3.
How about nitpicking? They're 14-1.
I know.
We're all just going down the road.
Yeah. We are. Got to be nitpicking.
No, I know that you were put in the box to be picking nits.
Yes.
I understand
Yes.
that. Hollywood Brown coming back. I mean, that was a nice flash. You saw
No
some
doubt,
moments
no
where
doubt.
you saw some speed, you saw some separation.
Brett
you
Veach
saw...
did a great job adding guys like that, right? And D-Hop and Kareem Hunt and Hollywood Brown. And all of a sudden, here they go. And these veteran guys are chipping in, boy.
Chris Jones had the little calf thing yesterday, something to keep an eye on as well.
Yeah, it's a short week game in Pittsburgh, and then their final game is in Denver. So that's the last game at Arrowhead until the next game in the playoffs. The question is, will that be somehow, possibly on the wild card weekend, or will the road go through the AFC defending champs over and over again, Kansas City Chiefs? Across the way on Thursday night, speaking of the Denver Broncos, they took on the Chargers, and the Broncos had an 11-point lead until a free kick at the end of the half. Dicker, the kicker, getting a free kick because of a fair catch called on a punt and a 15-yard catcher interference penalty put it in a position where he could hit a 57-yarder with no resistance. And then Justin Herbert did Justin Herbert things.
You know, for a 6'6" guy, he's pretty darn mobile.
I mean, that throw to Darius Davis there. And then, I mean, Justin Herbert flipping this one out. Hassan Haskins hitting himself on the goalpost to give Jim Harbaugh a win. Where have I seen that before? Oh, yes, that was 4 wins against Ohio State in a row. My bad. Go. Chargers take the W here, 34-27, so the Broncos don't clinch, and the Chargers have a great chance to make the playoffs now. Cynthia Freeland in Game 3 with Colleen Wolfe. Take it away.
Yes, well, because those Broncos lost, the Bengals, they still have a chance. Cynthia, what do I do basically every Sunday with you? I text you about the Bengals.
Right, and she's like, so you're saying there's still a chance. You're saying there's still a chance.
And so, okay, here is the path right here on the left. The Bengals need to win out. You can see the schedules there. Broncos need to lose out. Dolphins lose 1 of 3, and then Colts lose 1 of 3. Cynthia, take us through the math of it all.
Okay, so this is essentially a coin flip game between the Bengals and Broncos. I don't have the Bengals favored. It is in Denver, so that's part of the reason why. But this is a very, 50-50, just about, right? Okay. So now the Broncos need to lose to the Chiefs. This number could go down, as in the Chiefs could strategically want to be resting players. Ooh. So that is one to watch as potentially maybe a little bit too high. Now the Dolphins losing 1 of 3, 56. I'm a very conservative model. 56, that's a good one. And remember, they still have the Niners, the Browns, and the Jets. And then the Colts, they lose 1 of 3. This is a lower number, so this is the least likely thing to happen, which is why you see the Colts having the next highest of the non-currently slotted for the playoff teams. And remember, they have the Titans, the Giants, and the Jags remaining. So
I look at this.
It's possible. As, not high probability, but possible.
It's much higher than it was last week and the previous week when we talked. So each week it's getting better and better, Cynthia. There's still a chance for Cincinnati. We love it. We're going to see them on Saturday in the triple header coming up exclusively on NFL Network. That's the middle game. They're taking on those Broncos, as you just heard Cynthia go through the math on that. Chargers and Patriots is the first game of the day, 1 p.m. Eastern. And then the nightcap in the NFC West, Cardinals and Rams, 8 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on NFL Network. All right, in NFL history, how about this? Only Peyton Manning and Tom Brady have more touchdowns in a 3-game span than that man right there, Josh Allen. So who has the tools to stop him in the AFC? That's right. We're going to break out all of the Lowe's handiware.
Looking for football history? Just ask Siri. Which player is the all-time passing touchdowns leader?
Excuse me, miss? Hey, folks, do you have a Walt Disney World moment?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Oh, I have so many. I've been going every year since I was a kid. I got to search a little bit. This was a while ago. Looking at this photo, I'm getting excited for the holidays again. Everyone has a smile on. My dad usually doesn't smile like that. He's smiling big. Every time we go during the holiday season, it just keeps getting better and better. The castle's lit up, the parades, the characters are dressed up. It's just pure magic. I feel like calling my mom and wishing her a Merry Christmas.
When you're the leader in disaster cleanup and restoration, how do you make like it never even happened happen? Fire it up, Randy! By being prepared for anything! Whatever comes your way, there's a pro for that.
Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
If you watch football on TV, you need Fubo TV. Get NFL coverage, NFL Red Zone from NFL Network, and more. Streaming live on all your devices. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is vaping? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes. Look at that. You didn't turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you have to get it trending. Right, Backpack Kid?
Let's do it.
First, invite your kid to do the vape talk. Let's try this. All right.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I gotta get it trending, honey.
Come on.
Let's go.
Oh, honey, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
I see a lot of your friends vaping.
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Ah, there's the know-it-all. What he lacks in time spent on Earth, he makes up for in time spent watching football.
These days, offense wins championships.
Actually, of the last 23 Super Bowl winners, 16 have had top 10 defenses.
Yeah, but you definitely need a first-round QB.
Ever heard the name Kurt Warner? The punky QB known as McMahon. How about 17th round Super Bowl champion Bart Starr?
There's no number that can measure his football IQ. With NFL Plus Premium, you too can be a football know-it-all.
NFL Game Day Morning is brought to you by Verizon. The NFL, powered by Verizon 5G.
Aaron Rodgers coming to work in chilly New Jersey today. All smiles coming off of his most prolific performance as a Jets quarterback, taking on a fellow Super Bowl champion in Matthew Stafford. Mike Garafolo is in New Jersey.
16 degrees right now here at MetLife Stadium. We are expecting a real field temperature of 11 at kickoff. Not quite Southern California for these Rams. Sean McVay, I talked to him yesterday. He said you really can't replicate those conditions at all in practice, but he's confident his team will be able to handle it. In fact, he pointed to the last game against San Francisco. He said it wasn't cold, but the field was wet, so we had to kind of play to the conditions, and we leaned into our running game. And they've been doing that a lot the last couple of weeks. Kyron Williams, 29 carries in each of the last two games. And coming out of Notre Dame, he wasn't known as that physical downhill runner, but McVay said he has been able to develop into that. So he said, quote, he is built for it, and McVay is hopeful his team is built for the conditions today against the Jets.
Thanks very much. Meanwhile, at the top of the AFC East, it's just, we're all paying rent in Josh Allen's world. Look at all these stats. You can see all the snow on the ground after two road games against the Rams and what he did last week in Detroit. Josh is back in the building in Western New York today.
I'm so confused here.
Merry Christmas, Josh. We got this for you.
So weird.
Nice to meet you, Josh. Merry Christmas.
You like Elvis. Thank you. God bless. You guys do this, guys?
You have him for 6 hours.
For 6 hours?
For 6 hours, man.
He's yours.
Yeah, what are you going to do with him? Come on.
6 hours with Elvis. I love whoever came up with that. Time for Home Team Help presented by Lowe's. We know football. Lowe's knows home improvement. So this week's challenge, which AFC defense has the tools to stop Josh Allen and the Bills offense? It's not Elvis Presley.
Yeah, well, I'll go first. I am wearing red, so I'm going to talk about a team that is in red. And even though I did just talk about the Chiefs' defense, I am going to talk about the Chiefs' defensive coach. Josh Allen runs up the yards over and over. Just runs up the yards, runs up the yards. But for some reason, when Steve Spagnuolo's in place, it just tends to slow down in the playoffs to where it's not enough, and he has lost every game versus the Chiefs and that defense. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs defense and Steve Spagnuolo at the helm of it.
Okay. Okay, Spags is the measuring tape.
I mean, with a last name like Watt, I figured out which one of these uses the biggest wattage, and it's this circular saw right here. Because, of course, you got TJ Watt. And that's going to be a big problem, especially when your left tackle situation is not going well. When you have Patrick Mahomes under this much pressure and you have that entire line, like I'd even go with Nick Herbig here too. TJ Watt, though. It's the wattage for me.
Okay, Cynthia, I like that. You know, we could build a table with this too. I've been wanting a circular saw, but for me, if you said the Ravens, I would say that you hit the nail right on the head here. Because the Ravens defense, look, you can try and go in a different direction, like if you didn't have pilot holes already drilled here. But the Ravens, they can drop a real hammer on Baltimore. The only team to hold Josh Allen to no touchdowns. They contained him through the air, on the ground, pressured him on 44% of his dropbacks, second highest in the league this year. And they're led by Kyle Van Noy, still one of the sharpest tools in the box right now. Oh, nice. Not even gone through yet. Listen, when you need some drywall anchors potentially for support, I don't know. I mean, I feel like a stud like Josh Allen, these nails will go right through it. So it is the Ravens defense. Rich, over to you.
Thanks very much. When we come back, Hurry Up Offense will end Mooch's first hour of 6 in a row with a hot dog. That's what we got him for the holidays.
NFL Game Day Morning is presented by Lowe's. Let the Lowe's app help you make the right calls every time. Lowe's knows home improvement.
Lowe's knows it's easier to make the right calls when you have the right team. Dak going for it, and he fumbles. Brilliant recovery with the Lowe's app.
He always delivers.
And so does the Lowe's app. In-store, online, our Lowe's team has you covered.
Everyone has a ritual. That small thing we do to keep us focused.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game?
To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health.
Find the resources you need to keep your mental health a priority. Love your mind.
The harder you push, the better we get. Introducing Copperfit Ice, the world's first compression sleeve with a cooling sensation of menthol. The more you move, the more you'll feel the support. Our most advanced compression sleeve yet. A more durable heavyweight weave with seamless four-way stretch for continuous compression and faster recovery of sore muscles and joints. Copperfit Ice. Get the full line of Copperfit Ice compression at these fine stores.
When it comes to disasters and emergencies, it's not a matter of if, but when.
I'm relying on luck, but who knows if it'll be on my side.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Take control at ready.gov/olderadults.
Saturday, 3 games, 1 place. It's NFL Network's Saturday triple header. First, Herbert and the Chargers face May and the Patriots. Then, Bo Nix and the Broncos square off against Burrow and the Bengals. And a huge NFC West showdown in prime time as Kyler and the Cardinals battle Stafford and the Rams. Saturday starting at 1. Only on NFL Network.
At Grainger, we know the ones who get it done wear a lot of hats. A hard hat is one. Problem solver is another. Whatever the job calls for, we're here for you. We're America's trusted source for industrial-grade products with the scale and resources to deliver and the knowledge to help answer tough product questions. Because we know that hats change, but having access to real people ready to help combined with fast delivery never goes out of style. Call, click Grainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Classic does not mean static. It's an inspiration. Something you always see in a new light. Wherever your journeys take you. Peter Millar.
Why has America accepted the wait for payday? Introducing MyPay from Chime. Get up to $500 of your pay before payday. No interest, no credit check, no mandatory fees. Get paid when you say with MyPay. Get started at Chime.com.
Oh, look out. Yeah, people are very very nervous for Colleen's left hand. Yeah.
Happens all the time.
At OSHA tweeted at us, I believe, right there. Okay. Hurry Up offense, 60 seconds on the clock. Steve Mariucci, every Rams road win this season's been by at least 4 points. What about today at the Jets?
More than that.
Kurt, the Bills have an NFL best 32 dubs by at least 15 points since they drafted Josh Allen. Will they beat the Patriots by 15 today?
Yeah, why not?
Gerald, the other 4 rookie first-round quarterbacks won their first NFL games by an average of 8. Will Michael Penix do the same today?
No.
Mooch, the Browns and Bengals have combined for 46 points per game this season. What about today?
Hitch higher.
Kurt, your Cardinals combined for 46 with the Panthers in the 08 playoffs. Will these teams combine for more than 46 today?
6. I'm going to say a touch below that.
Boy, Ben had to really dig deep for that one. Gerald, the 49ers and Dolphins have combined to allow 45 points per game this season. What about today?
Yeah.
Mooch, CeeDee Lamb is 6 catches away from 100 on the season. Will he have more than that today?
Yeah, let's do it.
Kurt, Jared Goff has averaged 3 rushing yards per game over the last 2 seasons. Is there really a prop for this?
Really is?
Oh, my goodness.
No, he won't.
Gerald, the Seahawks are 5-1 when DK's had at least 64 receiving yards. Will he have at least 64 today?
Yeah, I say.
He hasn't had in a while, trust me. I need it today in fantasy. I need it. Coming up next hour are the passing problems in Philly, a thing of the past. Kurt breaks down what changed in the Eagles' offense, if anything, last week. On the opposite side, Jaden Daniels sits down with our Kyle Brandt ahead of a monster NFC East showdown in the nation's capital. And somewhat angry interview coming up. Not really. Santa Mooch is coming down the chimney? Oh, my goodness. We'll find out if the budget for this segment cracks $20. Coming up.
It's Steakmas season at Outback, featuring the bloomin' French onion sirloin and an 18-ounce bone-in ribeye, which means the koala on the wala decides who gets steak.
Steak, 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 steak.
And who does not? Outback Steakmas season starts at $16.99 for a limited time.
Since the pandemic, the number of people reaching out to the hotline has nearly doubled. Every day, more than 3,000 people reach out to us for help. Our advocates are available 24/7 to provide safety planning, support, and connection to local resources such as shelter, legal assistance, and counseling. The hotline wants you to know what you feel is valid. Abuse in any form is never okay, and we're here for you 24 hours a day.
Achy joints? Reach for the spray. Muscle soreness? Reach for the spray. With Tidal, next generation pain relief. Tidal Cryotherapy Spray and the all-new Tidal Heat Therapy Spray reach where it hurts and penetrate deep for rapid relief. The 360-degree spray reaches anywhere, dries fast, and lasts.
It relieves the pain quickly so I can continue doing what I love.
Trusted by athletes and over 1 million satisfied users. Tidal, available online or at your favorite retailer.
Goldbelly is shipping the world's greatest food. So if you want Ina Garten's famous coconut cake, stone crabs from Miami's most iconic restaurant, or Chicago's deep dish pizza, go with Goldbelly. Free shipping nationwide.
Thousands of families affected by disasters urgently need support. You can help the American Red Cross provide help and hope to families when they need it most. Please donate today to Red Cross Disaster Relief to help people affected by disasters big and small. Go to redcross.org/NFL today. Your support is critical. We can't do it without you.
Delicioso.
Délicieux.
Délicieux. Vraiment délicieux. C'est delicious. Délicieux. Si ce n'est pas délicieux, je recommence. Et voilà. Tout ce que je fais est délicieux.
Rosetta Stone's language learning tools may just be too immersive.
Every game matters.
Wrap up the day's action with highlights and reactions from players and coaches around the league.
Yes, everybody locked into the game time.
NFL Game Day Final, tonight at 11:30 on NFL Network.
So there's Dan Campbell arriving for work in Chicago, using the injury bug, and everybody thinking that means the end of the Lions' run. no doubt, as a chip in his locker room to tell everybody, prove everyone wrong, just like Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown did last week with folks wondering about the passing game and their relationship. They win, and then they go to the podium and say, plant that. You know what I mean? And now the Eagles have 12 wins, just like the Lions do, and the Vikings do. A three-team race for the 1 seed. The NFC is up for grabs. First up, Eagles and Commanders on our Week 2 docket. Take it away, Cameron Wolf and Lando.
Rich, keep an eye on Saquon Barkley's shoulders today. The elite Eagles running back leads the NFL in rushing, but he still wants to get better. And so Eagles running back coach Jamal Singleton pushes him, preaching shoulders are vision. Keep your shoulders square and you can see the entire field. And one example Singleton told me came in the fourth quarter of the Eagles' first win over Washington. Saquon corrected an earlier mistake, kept his shoulders square, saw the back cut, and exploded for that final touchdown. Saquon's chasing greatness. He's 418 yards away from breaking Eric Dickerson's single-season rushing record. He said he is not scared of it. He wants it, but it won't consume him. Washington won't let Saquon consume him today, but if Saquon keeps his shoulders square, then the fourth quarter might be owned by the Eagles again.
Jalen Hurts is someone who does not rattle.
Daniels is the clear frontrunner for Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Saquon Barkley should be the MVP of the National Football League.
How does he jump over a guy backwards?
He did.
Touchdown, Scary Terry!
Touchdown, A.J. Brown!
With the game on the line, here comes the Hail Mary.
It's a miracle! Holy cow! That was incredible.
Very simple, very simple task for the Eagles if they want to win the division today. Just win.
Just win, baby.
You know?
Win.
Just win.
Just win, baby.
You know? Didn't Adrian once say that to Rocky? Win. Just win.
And he said, yo,
All I need. You know what I mean? So the Eagles offense in week 15. Look at that. Not too shabby. All good in that neighborhood in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That's how we kick off our number 2 of week number 16. Get that right. On NFL Game Day morning presented by Lowe's. We know football. Lowe's knows home improvement. Rich Eisen, soon to be Santa Mooch, coming down the chimney. Don't miss that. Kurt Warner, my Hall of Famer, and my Buccaneer, all smiles down at the end right there. That's Gerald McCoy. Very simple topic bar right here. Just 65 yards rushing for Saquon last week. So the question to kick off hour 2 is, do the Eagles have a running problem now? Oh, wait a minute. I'm told that's not the topic.
No.
Wouldn't that be great if we just started doing that? What's wrong with the rushing attack there in Philadelphia? Just 65 yards for Saquon. What's the matter with them? You should start arguing about it.
Well, we did have the Chiefs. What's their flaw?
We're asking if the passing problems is just now a passing problem, or was. What do you think, Steve?
Well, you want to take go first?
Kurt's going first.
You got an
He's
XO?
walking.
Well, he does XOs, people.
He's leaving.
And here's the thing with the passing problem. When they get man-to-man coverage, they're always good. Jalen Hurts, 12 touchdowns, just 1 interception when he gets man-to-man coverage. And this is what they like. Load the box on us, right? Bring the extra guys up to stop Saquon like they did last week. And now we get one-on-one on the outside. And nobody better at connecting than these two guys. A.J. Brown, boom. Quick in-route is what they love to do. They love the quick slants. They love the in-routes with them. You're going to see it numerous times. Oh, they're going to load the box again. We're going to give us man-to-man coverage. This is easy. Pick your guy, stick it to him, let him go make big plays for you. And then they're going to change this up with the big plays that they like to take down the field when they get one-on-one. Again, on the outside, we're going to get man-to-man. Here they come with pressure. We got one-on-one. Put it up to him and let him make a play. So when they get man-to-man coverage, they have no problem passing the football. Their problems become when they have teams that will play them in a lot of zone coverage, and that's what we're going to have to see down the stretches. Our team's able to do that because Saquon Barkley is still back there, and he still has the ability to break games open. It's what they did during their run more times than not. Or are they forced to go man-to-man, leave one-on-one on the outside, and it plays right into their favor in the passing game. So they're better against man coverage than zone coverage, huh? They are. All right, defensive coordinators, take note, all right? You know what? This team, I wrote on my card,
what problem? Because we talked about this quite a bit last week.
No, you did, with 2 question marks, and it was highlighted.
And a smiley face. I
Can
mean, like,
confirm.
hey.
Can
So
confirm.
what problem? The problem that, and you showed it last week, that, nobody's perfect in any phase of the game, but good football teams can beat you different ways, right? They have the #1 defense in some categories, right? They have the #1 rushing attack with Saquon. He got hurt a little bit in the last game. They showcased the passing game. I contend that they had always been able to pass the ball, maybe not perfectly, but well enough to win 9 games in a row, now 10. And so what they did was they showcased the passing game in this last game, and you know what? Looked pretty darn good to me. So this is a complete football team. Let's call it a complete team. They can do a lot of different things and beat you a lot of different ways, Gerald.
You know what, Kurt? You are a master at quarterback play, obviously, because you're a Hall of Famer, and I'm a master at superheroes. So, Mooch, here we go. I'm going to do this.
Do it.
All right. Passing game. We're talking about the Philadelphia Eagles in the passing game. So this gave me an opportunity to talk about Batman for a second. I was sitting with my son, and we were having a conversation. He doesn't really like Batman. He thinks he's weak. What? There was a picture of Batman standing over the top of the Justice League. He had a contingency to take out all these overly powered superheroes. You know why? Batman is a master at hand-to-hand combat. He's the #1 detective in the world. Okay. He's great at stealth. He has all these gadgets. But you know what my son said?
What?
But he has no powers. But he gets the job done. We're being nitpicky here. They're winning 12-2. It does not matter. They're getting the job done. So what? They don't have superpowers. But Batman, he has strength past your average human, and he gets the job done. But you know what? He doesn't have powers, so let's make a big deal of it. Even though he's taken out all these overly powered heroes, including Superman, it's okay. Wow. It's all right.
You brought it home. I was wondering where you were going. You were out there in Gotham, and then you brought it to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
No, I followed.
You're like Sheldon on Big Bang Theory.
Okay, wow.
Got the comic book.
Mooch just on fire today. Fantastic. Christmas Day, 2 games, everybody, on Netflix. You've got the Chiefs and the Steelers, and then after that, you've got the Ravens and the Texans. In between games, I'm making a big announcement on Netflix Live. Mooch versus Joey Chestnut eating hot dogs.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Hot or cold?
That'll be great, huh?
Hot or cold dogs?
Houston played Kansas City yesterday. You know, do you know people think that Mahomes was making it up with the high ankle sprain and this didn't matters?
Maybe he's just a tough guy.
I think he is. And he's got high ankle flexion. Unbelievable. That's a 15-yarder. That's a career longest touchdown run. Tank Dell made an incredible grab here while suffering what looked like a catastrophic leg injury. And he gets carted off. It was a moment in time where the Texans were just absolutely stunned. C.J. Stroud broken up. He was still broken up on the podium after the game as well. The Texans go into Kansas City and watch Tank Dell leave in that vehicle. Xavier Worthy caps off the scoring for the Chiefs here. And the Chiefs are now 14-1, and the Texans already without Stephon Diggs for the rest of the season. We'll have to wonder what's going on with Tank Dell, even in time for next season, depending on what we saw. Meanwhile, the entire week kicked off across the street on Thursday night with a Dicker, the free kicker. That's what he is. Cameron Dicker, the free kicker. 57 yards, the first free kick that was successful since Ray Wersching in 1976. Remember him?
Yeah.
He's the one that never looked at the uprights. He always touched his shoulders. Madden loved that guy.
Yeah. Right? On the All-Madden team?
Right, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And this guy would have been on the All-Madden team, right?
Yeah, probably.
Let's not talk about Madden ratings. We might get in trouble for that. Here comes Hassan Haskins up the middle after that beautiful, cheeky shovel pass right there from Justin Herbert. Broncos have to wait another week to try and clinch the playoffs. The Chargers get a step closer in the American Football Conference. And then the finale yesterday. What a game between the Steelers trying to sweep the Ravens and win the AFC North on the spot. Rusty's end zone. Oh, hold on to it. Oh. He saw the end zone, and then he saw the ball on the turf. A monster hit right there from Adarius Washington. Wilson loses the fumble. The Ravens flip the field, turn it into points. What a throw by Lamar. Great grab by Rashad Bateman. Lamar has a career-best 37 touchdown passes on the season. That was 36. You're about to see 37 after Russ ties the game up. Cordero Patterson.
Oh, Russ.
Cordero, he headbutt the camera.
He does that.
Quarterback.
37th touchdown pass of the season puts the Ravens up by 7 here. Mike Tomlin had an interesting choice at the top of the fourth quarter around midfield. Go for it on 4th and 6 or punt it. He went for it, didn't get it. Then the next snap, Derrick Henry just absolutely on a heater.
Make you pay.
162-yard game. He's turning 30 this coming week, Steve.
Yeah, he's just
unreal.
Better as he goes.
But Lamar throws it to Minkah Fitzpatrick. Steelers, just when they think they're going to be down 2 scores now, have a chance to tie it. John, you can look at the field now, because if you don't look, you'll miss a pick 6. Marlon Humphrey steps in front.
House call.
Oh, boy.
He holds it back there. Not holds it out. He holds it back. Yeah. Holds it out.
Not up.
And that's the way the Ravens avoid being swept by the Steelers. Steelers can't clinch the AFC North. AFC North is entirely up for grabs. The Ravens are in Houston on Christmas Day. The Steelers go home to take on the 14-1 Chiefs. So who the heck knows what's going to happen in the AFC and the AFC North? You know, the Bills are printing playoff tickets as winners of the AFC East already, and the same thing for the Texans in the South. And it will take some serious help for the Colts or the Dolphins or the Bengals to come out of the sniffing it category to get into the playoffs. Who is the biggest threat to the Chiefs, the Bills or the Ravens? This is an interesting choice. Obviously, the Steelers can say, hey, wait a minute. Yeah. We have a chance on Netflix on Christmas Day to show we deserve to be in this chat. And before the season, a lot of people thought the Texans would be, but we saw what happened yesterday and what might happen with the Texans moving forward in the wide receiver department. I've now done tap dancing and now need an answer to this question.
Tough game. Chiefs at the Steelers. Maybe they get George Pickens back. That's gonna be tough for the Chiefs. Anyway, Bills or Ravens? I'm going to pick the Bills because the Bills have already beaten the Chiefs this year. In fact, Josh Allen has beaten them 4 times in the regular season. That's hard to do. Nobody's done that. However, there's a however here. The Ravens already have beaten the Bills this year. In fact, it was pretty darn lopsided. The Ravens are a heck of a football team. When they get it running like that, they've made some adjustments in the secondary, moving Kyle Hamilton and Humphrey different positions, and they shore up that secondary because they've had a couple clunkers too. They have 5 losses to the Browns and the Raiders. So anyway, both of these teams are threats, but if you have to choose one, it's the Bills.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Ravens simply because we know what both offenses can do. The Bills have a great offense. We know that Baltimore has a great offense with an MVP candidate in Lamar Jackson. We've seen what Derrick Henry can do with closing games, but I'm going to go to the defensive side of the ball. Kurt, you know this, to win the Super Bowl, you have to be playing your best football in December and January, and this defense is starting to step it up. They're playing their best football right now, led by my guy, Kyle Van Noy, 10.5 sacks this year. And I just trust this defense more than the Bills' defense. The Bills' defense has been getting buckets put up on them, and the Ravens' defense is playing at a higher level, so I'm going to have to go with Baltimore top to bottom.
I always talk about when it comes to playoff time, matchups are so important that I believe the Ravens would be the biggest threat for the Bills. I think they match up really, really well with the Bills. If I'm picking the Chiefs, I'm going to say the Bills are the better matchup for the Chiefs. The way they score points, the way they push it. For whatever reason, the Ravens seem to change their dynamic when they play against the Chiefs. And I don't know what it is, Lamar against Patrick Mahomes, if they feel like they've got to, throw the football. But we've seen this so many times when they've played against each other. And I just don't feel like the matchup is quite as good. So I would lean towards the Bills against the Chiefs. But I would lean towards the Ravens against the Bills.
Gerald, you mentioned Kyle Van Noy during the broadcast. You're watching your guy Tom Brady, right? He said that he's been playing with a break in his. He's got a broken face. He's been playing with a broken face. Tom's doing a good job, by the way. Huh?
I love listening to him. Listen, biggest threat to the Chiefs. How about the Chiefs being the biggest threat to the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Everybody thinks they're right there on the razor's edge, but every single time it comes down to winning a game and closing it out. Obviously, the Bills prevailed, but the Chiefs always seem to make the right play, have the right play call, and execute it.
No doubt.
6.5-minute drive, and you need that, they got that. You need Samaje Perine to help break their back, they get that.
Yeah.
And maybe they get a break here or two.
No doubt.
It does appear that everything's going to have to go through Arrowhead in the AFC playoffs, but there's still some time to go, obviously, in the season. Ian Rappaport, can you please give us an update on Tank Dell? I think everybody would like to hear that, please.
Yeah, no doubt, Rich. One of the scarier injuries we have seen. Tank Dell with that acrobatic touchdown catch. Comes down a little friendly fire from his teammate. You could see obvious pain dealing with a knee injury. And my understanding is this is a dislocated kneecap for Tank Dell, which is why you could see teammates immediately say, don't move, because the kneecap was, frankly, not where it was supposed to be. And if you move your leg, if you bend it, you can do serious damage. Tank Dell was transported immediately to University of Kansas Medical Center to stay overnight. That is where he remains, mostly as a precaution. Wanted to make sure he had the best care possible, taking him to a Trauma 1 center, Tier 1 center. That is where he remains. He has not had surgery yet. To my knowledge, it is still possible, but it has not happened yet. It is unclear when Tank Dell will be able to return to the field. He is, safe to say, right now out indefinitely. So the Houston Texans will be moving forward without one of their star receivers.
Thank you very much, Ian, and obviously we send our best there. Look, he's coming suited and booted to work in New Jersey. Wow. I mean, that's a Boston, New Jersey right there, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Chunky is beefy. 21 grams of protein in this bad boy. You can barely contain all this powerful meat.
Chunky, soup that eats like a meal.
Say you're looking for the perfect present. Head to the perfect place. A place with gifts that light up a face as well as a room. Where it's easy to find the brands they'll love and the advice you trust. That place isn't a warehouse store. That place is your local Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed. This Christmas, get free assembly and delivery on your new grill at Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
You've chosen Polestar 3 because, of course you have, the performance, the feel. What else would you have chosen? View offers at polestar.com.
Another so-so pizza from So-So's Pizza? But wait!
There's Marco's!
Our new triple pepperoni Magnifico pizza is stacked with classic, crispy cupped, and new bold shredded pepperoni. It's triple the flavor, and only at Marco's. Just $11.99.
Febreze. Have you tried these new Febreze car vent clips? The new intensity dial gives you total control. I can turn it up. That smells good. Or turn it down. Nice and light. Enjoy 40 days of freshness your way.
Hey, it's Zagolwicz here for DraftKings, getting you ready for the Sunday slate of games.
The Commanders are home underdogs in Week 16 as they welcome the 12-win Eagles to town. Philly has covered the spread in all but one of their road games this season, including 5 straight, while Washington has failed to cover the spread in 4 of their last 5 games.
DraftKings Sportsbook is the #1 place to bet touchdowns, and new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Just download the app and use the promo code when you sign up.
If you're like I was, you're tired of worn-out plastic mats under your office chair. They dent and crack, and they're uncomfortable to roll on. I found a premium alternative, a glass chair mat by Vitraza. I liked it so much, I bought the company. I'm George Pardo, president of Vitraza. Our glass chair mats are made of super strong glass and protected with a nanotech coating, so you'll always get a smooth, easy glide. And they're beautiful. Tired of replacing plastic? I promise this is the last chair mat you'll need. And we give you a lifetime warranty. Comfort, style, durability. A Vitraza glass chair mat will completely transform your workspace, home office or office. We stock 18 popular sizes, and we ship free to anywhere in the lower 48. Get the look you deserve. I invite you to shop online at Vitraza.com. Use promo code TV and save 10% on any glass chair mat at Vitraza.com.
Okay, so again, 2 games on Christmas Day on Netflix. Chiefs and Steelers, Ravens and Texans, and then in between, as I mentioned, there's our exclusive announcement, Mooch versus Joey Chestnut at halftime eating hot dogs. There it is. Except Mooch, you dip your hot dog in Chianti, right? That's what you do? To help with the process?
He's just saying that, people.
Masticating versus Mooch right there on Netflix. So our triple header in Week 17, the Chargers can clinch a playoff spot by winning in New England. The Broncos can clinch a playoff spot by winning in Cincy. If Cincy wins today, Cincy could make things really interesting with a win against Denver. And then, will the NFC West be on the line when Kurt and I are in the booth in SoFi? Jamie Erdahl on the sideline for the primetime finale of our triple header, Cardinals versus Rams.
Ladies and gentlemen, sing it with me. Nakua Matata. Huga, Nakua, Huga, Nakua, Nakua Matata. Sing it with me. Huga, Nakua, Huga, Nakua. It means no worries. Hey, where's Puka?
Nakua Matata right there.
Puka, leaping catch, touchdown. Puka Nakua, Huga, Nakua, Huga, Nakua, Nakua Matata. Nakua does it week after week. He won. Home even off. It's Nakua Matata. No worries.
Yeah, it used to be Mooch's Minute, but now people, it's the Mooch's Minute. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, let's talk about the Rams and Puka Nakua from BYU because they're won 3 in a row, now in first place in the NFC West. Let's take a look at what they do. Watch the short motion, Kurt Warner over here. They do this so they can have a big field on there, make it look like a run formation, and all of a sudden he gets inside. He's got his hips turned inside, so now I can undercut him and win this to the sideline, make a great catch. Nice touchdown. Okay, now this is an indicator. There's zero motion, nobody moves, it's zone, all right? Now let's go in motion, and that bumps this guy off so he has free access to run this corner route all by himself with nobody touching him. Now let's show this inside leverage right here, make the corner turn his hips inside, and undercut him again to the sideline, toe drag swag. Now, here's the other way they get him the ball. Let's just throw some screens. They're so good. This is called catch and release. You just catch it and you get it out. You don't need the strings. Get it and throw it out there, pick up some blocks, get it in the end zone. Let's do it again. Look at 11 up, cover 0, piece of check. Hey, check! Let's go to Puka screen! Puka screen! All right, let's look over there to get him the rush. Watch Cooper Kupp block this guy 1 yard. It's legal right here. Here's Puka, the tackle, and it's the stairway to heaven. All right, Puka Nakua from BYU. Can't wait to see him play. And, hey, against the Jets, it's going to be 11 degrees. Now, let me send it over to Mike Garafolo, Braden Fisk.
All right, Braden, you're not in SoCal anymore. A little chilly today, but how confident are you guys going to be able to handle this?
No kidding. Yeah, I mean, it's cold, but, I mean, you got to battle the elements. I mean, that's the best thing about this game is you got to fight adversity. You do it with each other, and I think, it is what it is. You go out there, still got to play the game, and that's what we do. So, yeah, it's got to go play ball.
You grew up not far from Chicago. You were a Colts fan. Rest of your family, Bears fans, though. You could sack Aaron Rodgers today. How excited will they be? Have they mentioned that to you?
Definitely. I mean, it'd be a cool opportunity. Somebody I grew up watching, so it's crowd. I was a young kid, so I think it is a cool opportunity. So let's just get after it. I'm excited.
You guys are rolling right now. There's a lot of confidence right now. How does that manifest itself on the field with you guys when you start the game and you start playing well?
I think it just continues to grow. I think, throughout the season, there's been a lot of, ups and downs, learning opportunities, especially on the defensive side of the ball. We're a young group, I think the way we've came together in the last few weeks and just over the course of the season, I'm excited. I think we got a really good group out here.
Appreciate it. Stay warm out there. Any sleeves?
We'll see. Appreciate you.
Great question, Garafolo. Thank you very much. Time for Pick 6, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. And let's start right there, Cynthia, with Rams and Jets. The Rams, they're trying to keep pace and control that division in the NFC West where they are right now. But Puka Nakua, how will he do today, do you think, against the Jets?
Puka screen! Puka screen!
That's Mooch's line.
Oh, wait, sorry, Mooch's line. Yeah, no, I think he's going to have a nice day. He's my wide receiver number 5 for the entire week. That was even before the games that have already been played. 681 and a touchdown for Nakua in a very narrow win for the Rams, in part because of that that freezing cold weather.
Okay, let's go to Vikings and Seahawks, and this one has a ton of playoff implications.
Huge.
The Vikings trying to get that 1 seed. The Seahawks trying to get back into the playoffs. Jordan Addison.
Yeah, so Jordan Addison is a big reason why this number is a 2-point win in favor of the away team. 564. The touchdown is not there, though. It does belong to his teammate, Justin Jefferson.
All right, let's stay in the NFC North. We'll go to Lions and Bears. The Lions coming off that loss to the Bills. Are you all right?
I'm still recovering. Me and I feel like all the players that are on our... Anyways, doesn't matter.
That's a lot of players.
We're going to move on. We're going to move on.
Taking on the Bears. What do you think for Jahmyr Gibbs in this one?
We still have Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yes.
And rushes to the outside are a great way to game plan against those Bears. A touchdown for him, 89 rushing yards, 4 receptions, 30 receiving yards, a really big deal. And like I said, outside runs are the way to target the Bears. So you could even potentially, if you're looking for a sleeper in this one, think Jamison Williams, because he could add some rushing yards for you. And again, outside, just keep rushing to the outside, please.
I like Gibbs, though. He's averaged 130 yards per game from scrimmage in 3 games when David Montgomery is out, so that's a good one. Let's go to Michael Penix Jr., his career debut for the Falcons against the Giants.
So if you'll notice, there's some rush yards involved in his because he's mobile, he'll scramble. Remember that rookie quarterbacks rarely play a lot under center. He's also a lefty, which Kirk Cousins is a righty, so there's some things that are different. 199 passing yards, a touchdown, and a pick for him against the Giants. But just Bijan, just a lot of Bijan Robinson. Just imagine, big day for Bijan.
Okay, I'm imagining right now. Let's go to the Bucs, who flipped past the Falcons in the NFC South. They're taking on the Cowboys. Mike Evans, he's trying to get to another 1,000-yard season. How does he do?
I think Baker Mayfield is the one that's a lot more concerned about whether or not Mike Evans is going to get that. 581 and a touchdown. I think he gets to 1,000. I don't think it's today because he needs over 230 yards for that, but I think he gets a little bit closer against the Cowboys.
All right.
A win. And by the way, the Bucs, they're not looking back. The Bucs win the South for me.
Okay, they win the South. Let's go to potentially someone who might win the East. This is a huge game in the NFC East. The Eagles, if they win, they can clinch the division. The Commanders, they're trying to stay in the wild card right now. So Jalen Hurts, what do you see for him today?
Well, Jalen Hurts, do I think there's going to be a brotherly shove?
Yes.
Yeah, that's in the projection. 206 passing yards, a touchdown through the air, a touchdown on the ground, and 48 rushing yards. Now, I know my number and this number happen to be the same, as in a 4-point win for your Eagles. I think that number could be even bigger because in the beginning of the week, it was a 3-point win, now a 4-point. I think you could even imagine the Eagles going with maybe even a 5-point win or a 6-point win.
Now, in your model, that Jalen Hurts touchdown, did Saquon Barkley get him there?
He got to the 1, and then Jalen Hurts goes in. But also Saquon Barkley gets in the end zone, too. So everyone
gets a touchdown.
Everybody gets a touchdown.
We love Christmas, and we love DraftKings Sportsbook. It's the #1 place to bet touchdowns this season.